Global warming and climate change are real. Their impacts are seen all around us. The Philippines, being located along the Ring of Fire and in the typhoon belt of the large Pacific Ocean, has suffered from enormous numbers of disasters brought by typhoons like Ondoy or Ketsana, Sendo or Washi, Pablo or Bofa, and the super typhoon Yolanda or Haiyan, and other natural disasters. The disasters did not only destroy houses and other infrastructures and caused massive displacement of thousands of families, but also caused tremendous death of thousands of people. The Philippine government has now acknowledged these facts. Laws were promulgated to mainstream disaster risk reduction and climate change mitigations and adaptations. These laws are good, but they remain good on paper only, unless they are enforced. And enforcement of these laws is a big challenge, especially in the local governments. That is why a project entitled Promoting Risk-Sensitive Shelter Planning was implemented by the Alternative Planning Initiatives, or AlterPlan, and the Danish International Human Settlement Service, or DIB, in partnership with the local governments and other stakeholders. This was implemented in selected villages in 4 pilot areas in the Philippines. These areas were selected based on their exposure to hazards, risks, and vulnerability to natural disasters. The project advocated a grassroots planning process which involved participatory situational analysis pertaining to its local area's physical, cultural, environmental, and socioeconomic conditions, and is aimed at producing a disaster risk-sensitive shelter plan at the village level.
Wala man kaming kasiguruhan na itong natitirikan namin mapapasa amin.
Nga po na kami ay nasa tabing ilog, tuwing bagyo, tuwing baha, umaapaw dito yung tubig, may kasamang putik.
Bumabaha po talaga dito kasi yung ng tubig dito galing na yun.
Maraming problema dito sa amin kasi maliit yung daanan. Pag magkasunog, hindi makakapasok yung mga vehicles. Tapos, walang drainage, maayos na drainage. At saka, pag bumaha, lampas tao yung tubig.
BDR-SSP employed strategies of partnership and collaboration with the participation of the people from the community.
And when you engage people, there are a lot of advantages there. For example, you would really get to know what they need. Then your sustainability is assured because the community helps you every step of the way. This is what empowerment is about: engaging them, letting them participate, letting them decide on the direction of the project. Because we did not just ask for their opinion, but also involve them every step of the way, then they are more eager to put their own input.
Community involvement is very important because when they're part of the project, they give their full participation and cooperation. So they have the feeling of ownership of the project, so they give 100% support to that project.
Mahalaga yung partisipasyon ng civil society, ng mga NGO or PO, People's Organizations, para mas maging effective ang mga programang ini-implement ng ating local government units and national government agency. At mahalaga rin yun na ma-articulate mo yung pangangailangan mismo base sa pangangailangan ng ating mga lokalidad.
In producing a comprehensive disaster risk-sensitive shelter plan, participants from the local communities underwent series of capacity building workshops in order to enhance and develop further their knowledge and expertise on shelter planning. These activities were facilitated by Alderplan, DIB, and NGO partner in their respective area.
Marami talaga kaming natutunan na hindi namin napag-aralan sa school.
Para kaming mga engineer.
Halos 10 activity ang ginawa namin ditong pag-training.
The involvement of the local community members in planning and analysis eventually led them to give more attention to higher risk and vulnerable households that are exposed to hazards that has relevant impact to housing and other social issues.
Tinuruan po kami kung paano mag-gather ng data, mag-mapping, mag-datos, at doon po namin napag-alaman na pwede po pala namin alisin yung mga tao o yung mga household, yung mga families na under po sa talagang totally high-risk na lugar.
Nag-ano kami nung sa relocation site kung saan pwedeng i-relocate yung mga informal settler.
Itong kabahayan na ito, talagang danger zone na talaga sila. Sila yung dapat kauna-unahang lagyan ng protection o flood control protection kasi malapit sa ilog.
Finally, a disaster risk-sensitive shelter plan designed to lessen the exposure to hazard was made by each pilot area.
So, this is the result of all the trainings in mga outputs sa ato ang mga people's organizations. So,
Parang proud kami, syempre, dahil yung book nakita na namin, yun na pala yung pinagpagura namin. Yun na yung mga natutunan namin na i-dokumento, naging book pala. Syempre, tuwang-tuwa kami sa sarili namin na kaya din pala namin mga ordinaryong tao lang na makagawa ng ganon.
actually, nahatag na nimo sa barangay na siya ordinance and also a resolution. Kay daghan man pud may na come up nga mga solusyon. And gikan gina siya dari sa ato ang nabuhat nga output gikan sa atong mga tawo.
Through the formulation of the shelter planning, we were able to identify the different issues and the problems of the community, including the populations at risk, and at the same time, identify the mitigation measures that the local government unit can prioritize for implementation.
Parang may fulfillment na nararamdaman kami kasi unang-una, sino ba naman po kami? Parang kami yung naging way na yung maliit na problema, yung malaking problema, parang nabigyan ng solusyon.
We feel honored to be part of this endeavor. With this particular project, we were able to really help them settle. But when we're talking about them, it's not just the people, the residents, but also the LGUs who themselves are learning how to be able to serve their constituents better. It also enabled us to build our competency in matters of housing in the context of disasters.
Ligao City has started the project in 3 barangays, namely Barangay Tinago, Barangay Bagong Bayan, and Barangay Tuburan. Because of the effectivity of the mode of how we have done the project, we are now doing this in 3 other barangays, the coastal barangays of the city, namely Kabarian, Katburawan, and Maonon of Ligao.
The DRSSP process did not only build projects that mitigated risk and hazards or build safer shelters, it also developed communities of resilient and empowered people. Indeed, the synergy of the DRSSP project partners demonstrated a milestone of a democratic, relevant, and effective governance.